It all started on June 1st, 1995 in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. A little boy was born named Jordi, or Kwebbelkop. People like to call me Kwebbelkop, mainly because of my YouTube channel, and that's what we'll go with, or Jordi, one of the two. I had one sister, one mom, and one dad. My sister was a bit older than me, about 1.5 years older than me, but she was really nice. When I was about 2 years old, my parents got a divorce. I can't really remember a lot of this. I only remember that my mom told me that I told her that it's not gonna work out with me and my dad. And my dad's a mean person. That's what I said back then. 2 times a week I would go to my dad, 5 times a week to my mom. This was an average because every 2 weeks I'd go to my dad 4 times and 10 times to my mom, because it switched up every week. We will skip 3 years. When I was 5 years old, I came up with the name Kwebbelkop. It was a little ghost doll, and I made him in not kindergarten, well, it was primary school back then. I was making this little doll, and Kwebbelkop, or Kwebbelkop, because I misspelled it, is a Dutch name, or actually 2 Dutch words put together. It means talking head or chattering box. When I was 6 years old, I found out I had a lazy eye. Me and my mom's boyfriend went to Tarzan, the movie. And my mom's boyfriend, he started crying while watching Tarzan. Of course, I thought this was hilarious until I started crying too. I had no idea what was going on, and my mom's boyfriend also had no idea what was going on. He ended up telling my mom, and it turned out I had a lazy eye. I was barely able to see with the eye. I had no idea what was going on because I was that young. But now, since I know, and after I've had a lot of extra stuff happen to my eye and improvement, I realized I was really good that we found it out when I was 6-7 years old. I ended up getting glasses and one of these pirate thingies on my eye. One day, when I was about 7 years old, I was riding my bicycle towards school and I came across my friend and we wanted to do a race. So we drove our bicycles really fast. And guess what? There was a car coming right towards me. So I went onto the curb and I fell off my bike. I ended up falling on my head, and that's why I have a scar on my head. I've seen a lot of people ask me on stream or on my Q&A, what's that thing on your head? For you guys, it's on the in the top right. For me, it's at top left of my head. And I basically fell on the ground, and there was a massive scar, and there's still a massive scar. What I like to say is that that's when I got my superpowers. Now back to the name, Kwebbelkop. When I was about 9 to 10 years old, I found out I was dyslexic. Me and my mom, we went to this clinic, the dyslexic clinic, and I had to do a test, and I passed the test because it was a test to see if you're dyslexic or not, and I passed it. I'm pretty sure I did really well passing that test because my Dutch back then was really bad. My mom had me go to this extra class once a week and I really did not like it, but in the long term it really helped me out in my life. When I was 11 years old, my mom met my stepdad. And my stepdad, he wasn't the nicest guy. He was actually not a nice guy. And he loved drinking. So my mom got into drinking too. They both loved drinking. Now we fast forward 1 year. My mom was drinking with my stepdad every single day. They got drunk together, they got mad at me, they got mad at my sister. And I had to do a test at school. I scored 538 on the test. And this was equivalent to level 2. And level 2 being not the highest because level 1 was the highest. It was the second highest level. The thing was that my teacher didn't like me. She thought I was annoying, my behavior was inappropriate, and I was 12 years old back then. Therefore, she tried dooming my future. She set me to level 3 instead of level 2, even though I was easily able to pass even on level 1, but the only reason I got level 2 was because of my dyslexia. There you go. She didn't like me, probably because we had a few arguments and I wasn't nice to everyone. So she put me to level 3. Therefore, I wasn't able to join a school I wanted to join, where then my girlfriend was. Kind of girlfriend. I don't know if you can really call it a girlfriend. So I moved to high school. I was still 12 years old, but the school was really easy. I was doing level 3, and in my mind I was able to do level 2 easily, and level 1 probably 2. And the school was a mess. It was probably the worst school there was and where you could go to. I got really sick because my family suffers from migraines, and sometimes we just randomly get migraines, and I had migraines for about 2 months straight, so I couldn't properly walk. I got really sick, like really sick. I had to go to the doctors, and a lot of other stuff happened too, because my mom was still drinking, my stepdad was still drinking, they were fighting, they were cursing at us, me and my sister, and we had to do high school. I continued my school, and the school was such a mess that they asked me for papers, and they gave me these little papers, and basically what it said was, what level do you do, Jordy or Kwebbel? And instead of filling in level 4, level 3, or level 2, I filled in level 1 because I was pretty sure that they wouldn't check, and if they would check, I would not be punished. So I went with level 1, and I did that for the next 6 years. So about a year later, I got better. I was going to school every day again. Well, not every day, because sometimes I had to play Call of Duty. My mom was still drinking with my stepdad. They were still fighting, and my dad got into trouble. He did not pay his bills. He probably borrowed money from the wrong people. He had no furniture in his house, therefore, because they took away all the furniture, because he had to pay those people. He was mostly drunk. Pretty sure he was always drunk, because he was drinking beer more than I was drinking water. He was dealing drugs on the side. Every night, someone would come to his house. He would close off the door so we couldn't hear anything, and he would give him a bunch of pills. Pretty sure pharmaceutical pills, because he was working as a psychiatric dude. But basically, he had access to medicine, and he sold that on the side. Basically dealing drugs. He would also borrow money, and he would not pay it back. He would let me and my sister down on everything. He would say we were going to do something funny, but he ended up not doing anything funny. He would just sit at home on his PC, getting hookers over while doing lines of cocaine, while drinking beer, and sending us upstairs to go to bed. Anything was a disappointment. We ended up going to my mom's place because there was no furniture anymore. There was nothing to do over there. And that's not a good place to grow up as a child. My mom was drunk most of the time, while my stepdad was drunk too. And they were yelling at each other, and they were yelling at me. They were also yelling at my sister. We always got told that we couldn't get anywhere in our lives. He was verbally harassing us, and he sometimes also kicked us. One day, my mom was drunk again. She walked up the stairs, and she slipped. I ran towards her, and there was blood all over the ground. There was blood all over her jacket, and she fell on her head. I ran outside in my underwear, shouting for help, and the neighbors ended up calling 911, or actually 112 over here. In the meantime, my sister was making sure my mom would stay down. She ended up walking up the stairs, my mom, and going back to bed, and she fell asleep while the paramedics arrived with blood all over the place. The paramedics took her against her will because she was bleeding and intoxicated, and we got sent to my dad's house again. So my dad's place, it looked like shit. My dad looked like shit. It was like someone would hit a hobo in the face, then put him in a house and take all his furniture. There was nothing in the house. There was one couch and a table, and also his laptop, because he probably was keeping the laptop secret and safe so they couldn't take it. We went to my dad's place because my stepdad wasn't there. He was quote unquote working in Italy, and that was the reason that he wasn't there. I was 14 years old. My mom was alright. She came out of the hospital and she was doing everything all over again. She was drinking again with my stepdad. She was fighting on a daily basis, and on a weekly basis they would break up, but they would get back together. My dad wanted to meet up because we hadn't seen him for a really long time. We, as me and my sister. So me and my sister went to his place, and he was living in a different house. It wasn't his house. He was borrowing it from a friend, and it was a really luxury house. We watched some sports, we ate, and after that we left. So he lived in our other house. He also ended up taking all me and my sister's savings for a university. People were searching for him in the newspapers, and that's why he left the country. This was also the last time that I saw my dad. I was 16 years old now. My mom and stepdad were fighting on a daily basis. Again, they were also drinking every single day. Me and my sister kept getting told that we couldn't do anything in our lives, and we would not get anything out of it. In the meantime, they were drinking their asses off again. I started my YouTube channel. I already started it a while back, but I never really made good videos. I made a few good videos, got a few viral videos, and it made me happy. It made me happy to see that there were actually people out in the world that liked me. A few weeks after my stepdad got busted cheating on my mom, me and my sister were happy because we knew that this time when they broke up, they would never get together again. He was cheating on her for the past 3 to 4 years. He lied to her about almost anything. He never got a degree, and he was basically just drinking his ass off, borrowing stuff from me and my mom. And my sister, of course. My theory is that he went to Italy, not to work over there, because he also claimed that he lost the money. He was just going to his other girlfriend. A year later, I turned 17. I played a lot of RuneScape. Yes, you can laugh at me, but we all know everyone played that once. I earned a lot of money in the game, and I ended up finding out that you could sell the money in real life. I realized that this game wasn't getting me anywhere in life, and I was basically just wasting my time. I was also doing YouTube on the side. I wasn't serious. I did upload every now and then, but I ended up selling my RuneScape money. This was against the rules and you could get banned, but the amount of money I got was pretty nice. I also ended up selling my PC, and that's how I got the money to buy a new PC, a better one. So I bought all the parts. It would take about a month or a few weeks rather. After like 2 weeks, I met this girl. She turned out to be the first real girlfriend I'd have, and the first real relationship I'd ever have. After maybe a bit less or maybe a bit longer than 2 months, I still did not receive my PC. Some parts were broken and therefore they had to be sent back. This took a really long time, and I was still dating this girl until I found out that basically anything she said was a lie. I felt disrespected. I felt like this girl was the same as my dad and the same as my stepdad, and that's why I ended up breaking up with her. My PC parts were still not here. Some of them arrived, but I had to send them back because most parts didn't work again. I had no girlfriend, I had no computer. This is probably the worst part. I had no computer I could make videos on. I could only watch videos on this stupid MacBook I got from school. I could watch movies, series, and videos, and talk to girls on Facebook. I had enough time to think about my life and to think about what I wanted to do. I wanted to escape the system. I wanted to do something you enjoy doing, because everyone was telling me to do something I did not like doing. I had to finish school. I did not like school, Even though some kids told me that I liked school, and I got mad when they told me that because I did not like it. And I knew that if I finished school when I was 18 years old, I had to continue and I had to do university for another 4 to 5, maybe even 6 years. But I did not like it. I didn't want to do it. So I needed to find a way to get a career while I was enjoying my life. Because what is the point of living your life when you're not enjoying it? I realized YouTube was the way to go. After a solid month of watching videos, I realized that this was really something I wanted to do. Now, I turned 18 years old. My YouTube channel was doing great. I never missed a single day of uploading, and sometimes when I did, I compensated by uploading 2 videos. I had 10,000 subscribers on my birthday, 1st of June, 18 years after I was born. I was about to pass college. I faked some papers when I was 12 to 13 years old, and this really ended up paying off. They basically asked me what level I did, and I said I was doing the highest. Then when I had to get the grades to be on that level, I easily managed to pass. Now, if I wouldn't have done that, my life would have changed. I was not doing anything against the system, I was just beating the system. Because I saw it as a game, as a video game. I passed school and I really did not want to go back to school. I did not like school, I did not like the people at school, and I ended up taking a break here. My mom really did not want me to do it. She kept complaining that I had to find a real job, and she was still telling me I would never get anywhere in my life. I was doing YouTube, and yes, I was earning money with YouTube, and it was about 2 times as much as I would earn at the grocery store. I told my mom this, but she still did not want to believe me. I even told my mom that she had to be in a video, and I would show her that a lot of people like what I'm doing. I started doing YouTube full time despite what my mom was saying, and every single time she told me I wouldn't get anywhere in my life, or she told me I had to find a real job, I told her to shut the fuck up. I now wake up every day in my life knowing that my day is going to be a good day. I will never change for anything or anyone. I have a dream and I will succeed this dream. I will not give up. I will never give up. And when I see someone whining about their boyfriend breaking up, I look at them and I say to myself, you don't even know what real pain is. You can't trust anyone in your life, not even the people closest to you. The only person I can trust is my sister. And me and my sister will do what no one saw coming. Something my dad didn't see coming. Something my mom didn't see coming. And something my stepdad didn't see coming. We're going to make something out of our lives, and we won't give up. We will never give up. I will go to 1 million, and after that, I will go to 10 million. And you guys will tell your friends, I told you so.